Staying consistent in anything can be hard, trust me. When I was 13, I went to the gym once and never came back, all because of how hard it was, like how mentally tough it was to just finish a set or rep. And to be honest, I did one exercise with poor form and it was bicep curls. I couldn't even be consistent in the gym after doing one exercise. Damn. Nah, so I could pussy after saying it out loud like that shit. In this video, I'll let you know what I did that helped me stay consistent from the age of 14 to the age of 15 now. You can also use what you learned in this video in other parts of your life, not just the gym alone. The first thing I did was make a habit tracker for myself. A habit tracker is simply a way to see if you did a habit or not. The most basic way to do it is like get a calendar and put a check mark on the days you actually like stick to your routine. For example, if you do 10 push-ups on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, each of those days get a check mark. And as time goes by, the calendar becomes a record of your habit streak. A lot of people have tracked their habits, but the most famous one is Benjamin Franklin or Ben Franklin. He was, I think, around 20 years old. He carried around with him like a small like a booklet around with him everywhere he went, and used it to track 13 of his personal virtues. The list includes like, and this is in quotes, lose no time, be always employed in something useful, and avoid trifling conversations. At the end of the day, he would open his booklet and record his progress. But if you didn't know, a comedian called Jerry Steinfeld uses a habit tracker to stick with a streak of writing jokes. He said that his goal is to simply never break the chain of writing jokes every day. So basically, he wasn't focused on how good or how bad a particular joke was or how inspired he feels. He simply focused on showing up and adding to that streak. Don't break the chain is a good statement. Don't break the chain of practicing and you be the best at whatever you do. Don't break the chain of working out, you get big faster than you expected. Don't break the chain of creating and you end up with an impressive portfolio. Habit tracking is powerful because it leverages multiple laws of behavior change. It makes a behavior obvious, attractive, and satisfying. And there are benefits of habit trackers that I think you might want to know. Let me break each one down for you. The first benefit, habit tracking is obvious. Recording your last action can create a trigger that can start your next one. Habit tracking creates a natural series of visual cues, like the streak of check marks on your calendar or the list of foods you ate in your food log. When you look at the calendar and see your streak, you want to keep doing them, right? And there are researchers out there that shows that people who track their progress or goals like losing weight, quit smoking, lowering blood pressure are more likely to improve than those who don't. People who kept the daily food log twice as much weight than people who didn't. Just the act of tracking the behavior can spark the urge to change it. Habit tracking also keeps you honest. I wrote my habit tracker to read at least 30 minutes a day, right? For the whole day I didn't read, but guess what? I still checked the box. I felt like shit after doing that, knowing damn well I was lying to myself. You have to be honest because the feeling you get when you put a check mark on the square when you know damn well you're lying is way worse when you actually be honest to put an X. A lot of us have a distorted view of our own behaviors. We think we act better than we actually do. Tracking is a good way to overcome our blindness to our own behaviors to really see what's going on. One look at that habit tracker and you already know what you haven't done and what you have to do. The second benefit is habit tracking is attractive. The most effective form of motivation is progress. When you get like a signal that you're actually making progress, you want to keep doing it to get more progress, right? That's why habit tracking can have an addictive effect on motivation. Each little win feeds your desire, and this can be really good on a bad day. Like when you feel down, it's really easy to forget all the progress you made. Habit tracking give you a visual proof of what you've done and your hard work. Like it's just a little reminder of how far you've came. And plus, the empty square you see each morning can motivate you to get out of bed and actually go hit that goal because like you don't want to miss the streak. And the third is habits tracking is satisfying. This is the best one out of the other ones I just mentioned. Tracking can like become its own kind of reward. You just know that feeling you get when you put a check mark on like your to-do list, to complete an entry in your workout log, or like to put a check on the calendar. It feels good to watch your results grow, right? Your muscles are growing bigger, you're sleeping better, you're faster. You're gonna keep going, right? You have motivation. You're more likely to keep going. And habit tracking can literally helps you keep your eyes on the ball. So focus on the actual process instead of the actual results. You're not fixated on getting six-pack abs. You just fixated on going to the gym and showing up and working out and become the type of person that doesn't miss workouts. Me personally, I don't use a calendar as my habit tracker. I just use a piece of paper and write down the habits I want to build up. And under those habits, I have lines and lines and lines. I just put a check or X between those. A check for when I actually do them and an X if I don't. And on the left side are the days of the month. If you also want to do this, I'll put like a link to the template in the description. You can also like just copy it and like print it out. Or if you don't have access to a printer, you can just do it by hand by like just like looking at mine and like just replicating it like to fit yours. Alright, let me sum this part for you. Habit tracking can create a visual cue that can remind you to act. It's motivating because you can see the progress you're making and don't want to lose it, and it feels satisfying whenever you record another successful instance of your habit. And habit tracking provides a visual proof that you're casting votes for the type of person you want to become, which is a godlike form of immediate and delayed gratification. A lot of people avoid the idea of tracking or measuring. It feels like a burden because like it forces you into two types of habit: the habit you're trying to build or the habit of actually tracking it. Counting calories can stress you out if you're already on a bad diet. It feels easier to say like, I'll just eat less, or I'll try harder, or maybe the I remember to do it later. Like I heard someone say this before: I have a journal but I wished I used it more, or I record my workout for a week then quit. And I've honestly been there myself, right? I try to like track my workout so I don't burn that much calories because like I was trying to bulk up and because I had fast metabolism, so I didn't want to burn a lot of calories. I managed to do it for like a week and just stop completely. Tracking really isn't for everyone, but like there's no need to track your entire life. But I guarantee everyone can benefit from it if they like do it, even if it's temporary. And what you can do to make tracking easier, the first thing is like whenever possible, make like tracking automatic. Like, you'd be surprised how many things you're tracking right now without even noticing. Your credit card statement shows how much money you spend weekly. When you're working out, you're tracking how many reps and set you're doing. You're checking the duration of this video every second. Your smartwatch tracks how many steps you take and how good you're sleeping. Your calendar shows how many places you've traveled to. Once you know what to get the data, add a note to your calendar or habit tracker to review it each week. It's better than tracking it every single day. And second is track the habit that you think is most important to you. It's better to just be consistent in tracking one habit like versus tracking like 10 different habits. And lastly, track the habit like literally after you're done. Like literally, the minute you're done, track it. The habit is completed when you write it down. Like right after you're done with the habit, it should be a trigger to write it down. This approach lets you combine habit stacking that I mentioned in my previous video. You can go watch that when you're done with this video. The habit stacking plus habit tracking formula looks something like this. After current habit, I will track my habits. After I get done stretching, I'll put a check mark on the stretch block. After I'm done working out from the gym, I'll come home and put a check mark under the exercise block. After I put my plate inside the dishes, I'll log what I ate. Just doing these tactics can make tracking easier. If you're not the type of person that enjoys like tracking like what you do or your behavior, I honestly think like tracking for a few weeks or like month, like you find it highly educational. It's always interesting to see how you've been actually spending your time. And of course, you already know every habit streak ends at a certain point. All good things must come to an end. And what's more important than actually track your behavior is like knowing what to do when you start slacking off the behavior or habit. Alright, so how do you bounce back when you slack off your habit? No matter how consistent you are in any habit, it's inevitable that you're going to slack off. Life is going to get in the way. You have to understand that perfection is not a possible thing. And before you know it, an emergency will pop up out of nowhere. You get sick, you have to go to work, your family want more of your time. And bro, this has happened to me a lot before. And whenever it does, I try to remind myself this simple rule: don't miss twice. If I miss a day, I'll try to get back into it the next day quick as possible. Missing one workout, like, it's normal, it happens, right? But I'm not gonna miss 2 in a row. Maybe I'll eat an entire pizza, but I'll follow it up with an oatmeal. I can't be perfect, but I can avoid a second relapse. As soon as one streak ends, I start the other one. Gotta keep it rolling. The first mistake that you make is never the one that ruins you. It's the cycle of repeated mistakes that follow. Missing once is a mistake. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. This is the one thing that distinguishes winners from losers. Anyone can have a bad performance, a bad workout, or a bad day at work. But when successful people fail, they quickly rebound. They get back on the horse. When you break a habit or like you relapse with something, it really doesn't matter, because like, you want to know why? The breaking of a habit really doesn't matter if the reclaiming of it was quick. So if you fail, it doesn't matter as long as you quickly get back on it. I really think this is important. I'll stick to a habit even when I can't do it the way I want to do it. Like, bro, we as humans in general fall into the all or nothing cycle with our habit. The problem isn't slacking off. The problem is when you think you can't do something perfectly, then you shouldn't do it at all. You don't realize how valuable it is to show up on your bad or like busy days. Like me, for example, if I have a busy day or I can't do anything, I make sure I do at least one short form content, at least one YouTube short or TikTok, Instagram, whatever. At least I need to post at least once. I heard this on somewhere, like, I can't remember, but it's like, it goes like, a day you lost hurts you more than a successful day helps you. Yeah, this is why the bad workouts are often the best ones. A sluggish day or a bad workout maintains the gain that you worked for the previous good day. Don't put up a 0. If you did a single push-up, a sit-up, anything at least once, bro, put a check mark in that box. All right, don't let a single L get to your head and mess up your compound effect. It's not always about what happened during the workout. Of course, it's easy to train when you feel good, but it's very important to show up when you don't feel like it, even if you do less than you hope for. Going to the gym for at least 5 minutes does not like improve your performance, but it reaffirms your identity. The all or nothing cycle is just a hellhole that can fuck with your habits. Another thing that could be a danger, especially if you're using a habit tracker, is measuring the wrong thing. Fuck, bro, where's the sun coming on me for, bro? All right, so let's say you run a restaurant, right? You want to know if your chef is doing a good job, and the way to see if you're doing a good job is to see how many customers pay each day, right? If more customers come in and pay, then that means the food must be good, right? Obviously, right? But if not as many customers come in, then the food must be trash, all right? But this one measurement only gives you a limited picture of what's actually going on. Just because someone pays for a meal doesn't mean they actually enjoy the meal. And to be honest, you're only measuring revenue. The food might be getting worse, but you're making up with it by marketing and discount or some other method. Instead, it might be better to track how many customers finish their food and give a genuine tip. The dark side of tracking behavior is like, you get motivated by the numbers you see rather than actually doing it for the purpose of it. If your success is measured by the lower number on the scale, you will optimize for a lower number of the scale, right? Even if that means embracing crash diet, juicing your food, and even fat loss pills. The human mind wants to win at whatever game that is playing. Be focused on working long hours than actually doing meaningful work. You care about getting 10,000 steps in a day than rather be healthy. So in short, when we choose the wrong measurement, we get the wrong habits or behaviors. Bro, what is your problem, son? Like, bro, this is why not looking at the scale can be effective for weight loss. The number on the scale can fluctuate, right? So if you only focus on the numbers, your motivation will fluctuate. If you don't feel motivated by the number on the scale, it might be time to focus on different measurements, one that give you more signals of progress. No matter how you measure your improvement, habit tracking offers a simple way to make your habits satisfying. Each measurement provides a bit of more motivation to know that you're going the right path. And to sum this all up, one of the most satisfying feelings is the feeling of making progress. A habit tracker is a simple way to measure whether you did a habit, like put a check mark on a calendar. Habit trackers and other physical forms of measurement can make your habit satisfying by giving you a clear evidence of your progress. Don't break the chain. Try to keep your habit streaks alive. Never miss twice, alright? Don't miss a beat twice. If you miss one day, try to get back on track fast as possible. Just because you can measure something doesn't mean it's the most important thing. If you want to build a 10 out of 10 physique, bro, click that first link in the description. It's like HoliFit or something. Like, it's where I can one-on-one coach you, right? We would literally be on the phone, like, bro, anytime you want to be on the phone, and we could talk like what to eat, what workouts to do. Like, you could actually like call me in the middle of the gym and when I'll answer, we'll work out together, literally, bro. Alright, just click that first link and we can like set that up, alright? If this video helped you in any way, share this with someone who might need it because like it might help them too, alright? Be considerate for other people, alright? See you later.